Hello and welcome back to Panzer Corps Gold and playing hardball. It is the Second World War, it is 1943 and we are at Belgorod. It is nearly in sight over there, slightly to the north. We are here west of the Donetsk River and the Soviet onslaught is continuing. However, it is dribbling off in the south and our sneaky raid over here with our Adler pioneers could prove a good thing here. So also the weather is good now. We have clear skies and dry ground. That is the good thing. And it also motivated the Soviets to send in some planes. We've got 2 squadrons of Lavochkin LA-5 fighters over here and 1 Il-2 Sturmovik tactical bomber squadron that tried to hit our tanks. Fortunately, they did not succeed there, and here we are, mostly. So let's start here in the west, maybe. Let's check this one out. So, and yeah, maybe many thanks, by the way, for the comments. Emmanuel wrote a long one again, and I am going to answer the raised questions there or issues in the end of this episode. Let's play first. And then we shall see. There, yeah, okay, so actually, like, we could go here, or we are taking this one directly like so, but then we don't know what's going on there. We don't have anybody who to check this one out, though. We can assume the flag is still there, probably. We saw it, but maybe if it's here, 1, 2, 3. So let's go here, huh? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess it's still okay if we go here, right? The risk. Ah, that's actually good news. Let's have our long leg Gebirgsjäger have a little marathon run over there. And we are taking Pushkamoya running, aha. And we have a Valentine 3 over there. Yeah, let's go here. Okay, this is also clear. Well, well, it's possible, but I guess rather unlikely that anybody is there. But let's take the airfield, which denies the enemy visibility, and it might motivate someone to fly in and attack our tank there. Then we've got the following situation. We need to get rid of this guy here, the 85mm. We could, of course... Yeah, can actually, like, it would be better if this guy drives up there, right? Or even here. No, let's rather be there, and then we could attack the flag, and then our planes can work up there. However, this would be sort of risky there, because then the tank could go here. If the KV is here... No, okay, no. Then let's rather... drive like so. We are firing at the flag. Oi! Now that was a strike there. Very nice. Yeah, well. Can anybody actually... No, you can't get there. You guys. Well. Could in principle do something. And then, well, next turn... Or they could actually end up here, but yeah, 1, 2, but well, maybe we can actually take out these guys here with our infantry rather. I don't want the grenadiers here, even though they are our ultra grenadiers with initiative +3 and so on, to be here in the open, so they will end up here. They need to end up there. But we can also, we can't have a plane here. Yeah, let's try it like this. Because then if the tanks drive up here... Yeah, let's do it. So that's a good opportunity here. So you guys with flanking pioneers there, grenadiers I mean. Yes, excellent. They were both suppressed there. Oh yeah, okay, good. Then you guys drive here. Oh yeah. Okay, so we've got a 152 millimeter heavy artillery piece with a range of 3 there. That shouldn't become too dangerous for our KV though. And we've got 1 Wurfrahmen here. Yeah, actually... These guys could go 1, 2, 3. Let's drive like so, and then we are shooting them. 2, alright. All suppressed, very good. Then our grenadiers, can you guys take them out? You have some chance, but you fail. Crap. Well, then I guess no tank should actually do this. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, they could end up there. 1, 2, 3 rather. That's actually a problem. Well, that's actually addressing an issue that Emmanuel talked about. So, for example, the question, when is an enemy unit advancing or something? So indeed there seems to be sometimes some triggers, like if you reach certain hex fields / certain areas in the landscape, but I do feel that that's actually a rather realistic thing, because an enemy unit has of course orders. So for example, these guys here, they are entrenched there in the forest. They have orders to dig up, dig their trenches, fortify the area and hold the line no matter the cost possibly, and control this road here. Yeah, and they might not have orders to advance or anything, but hold the line at all costs, be purely defensive. Or they also might have the order that if some opportunity arises and they have a good chance to cause damage to the enemy, then they may advance and do this thing. Like they might do that, and I think they would. So the enemy is usually able to determine if there is a good chance of doing some harm. So now we definitely want our guy, like they are regular infantry, and our Wurfrahmen is very strong. So we definitely we want one here. So I think we could actually put our flak here. That would be the smart thing. By the way, we have only a range of 2, right? Yeah. So I think you guys... Yeah, we definitely need someone up here. To block them off. Yeah, then let's start here with our flag. So you guys, you shoot them. That was a very good attack. And you guys don't drive along the river, but like here. And you shoot at this fighter, at these fighters there. Okay. Then you guys, that's our core unit. Yeah, you could actually have a nice kill there. Yeah, you have a good chance to kill them actually. No, you don't. You fail. Crap. Oh, but we have movement +1 now. A hero has emerged. Yeah, that's not so bad with movement with these guys. I would have preferred range though. But at the same time, they are only providing defense to adjacent units anyway, so the movement is actually not so bad. Let's keep them here for the moment. Like attack would have been better though. But well, maybe So let's see, they are not dead now. And well, here, where's our hero? You fly here. And you can actually destroy those guys, but you are flanked. You shoot them. Dead. They're being flanked here with them. By the way, who was this? Aha, this is our offensive guy, Otto Kittel. Kittel. And I like the guy, he looks like a thinker. Well, our other aggressive guy and reckless guy here, he looks a little bit like a psychopath. So hero, that's here our Bar. There you are, Heinrich Bar with this wingman. Shoot down this guy. Very good, they never had a chance. And then here, you guys fire at the artillery there. Okay, no joy. You guys fire at the infantry that came. Oh yeah, that was a good attack there. That just came around over the river here. So 2 regular infantry units. And then do we actually have... Where do we have more fighters, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, those are already our fighters. Oh! Well then. Oh! Did I make a mistake here? Should we have rather attacked... No, okay. Well, then let's fly here. And you... Oh yeah, well, I would have preferred... I should have attacked with this guy here, though. But well, then one of our Messerschmitts will have to do the deed. Then you guys bombard with the nice carpet bombing. Oh yeah, nice attack there. You fly here. Then you guys take them out. But you fly here first. Like this, so that we have another flanking plane. You shoot them down. Yes, very good. Got the kill. Then you guys attack the infantry here. Nice. You guys mess them up. Good. And then you are actually driving there. This here is a nasty flak. 1, 1, 2, 3. They could actually shoot. Could go here. 1, 2, 3. Or there. Not here though. Yeah, it's very bad that our Ultra Grenadiers failed. These guys should have been destroyed there. Crap. Well, and they... Well, we have a nice trap here, though, with them. Oh yeah, well, no, we need to attack. We need to attack the flak. So let's do this now. We have no other choice now, but I hope it's okay. Although we are being flanked here, but I hope it's okay. The KV should not be, you know, troubled at 18 defense by the... in this terrain and with the clear weather and so on. So let's attack. Oh! 7. Should have been 8, right? Okay, well, but they're no condition to attack now. I hope at least. So let's fly these guys here where they are unseen. But if someone comes in, and I would think the Wurfrahmen and or the tank are actually prime targets. And we can actually bring this guy here. Then we've got a double strike in case someone comes in. Or the KV. That's the thing here. Yeah. Then let's have our Ultra U here. No, you guys go there. Yeah, this one. This here. Our attack U. Our Junkers. This guy has attack +2. Yep. So you're attacking those on the river. Okay. Well, could have killed them as well. Then I think our Tiger will actually drive here and block the road, because I think our spy tank here with the heroes should actually have a better chance at destroying the artillery here. The artilleries. Probably, huh? So let's drive there. You guys take them out. And by the way, I could have actually... No, but now we denied them the visibility here as well. So that's the good thing. You fly here. Is that smart? I think so, yeah. They can't see our recon plane up there. Unless this guy drives there. No, even then, can't see them. No, they're completely okay. We have a defensive fighter for this one now. You can just fly back to the airfield. Here, this here is our Ultra U with Hans Ulrich Rudel. Oh yeah, he's got a good chance there to destroy the artillery in one go. Come on, do this. Oh, he fails. Come on. And we can't fly here. Yeah, what a crap. I wanted to drive in here and destroy them completely. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now we can't do anything with them. Oh, God. That's so bad. And being here on the river would be stupid, of course. Oh, God. How could he fail the attack? Like, now we've got 2 strategic failures here. These are not in the way. They are still in the way anymore, and now they are still holding the town. I wanted to completely eradicate this one here. Oh, unbelievable. And what now? Yeah, nothing now. They also kind of don't really need any resources. I mean, we could destroy them, of course, but we can't attack this guy here. Because they're flak 1, 1, 2, 3. It's not a good idea. Well, then let's do something here first. We also don't have any more planes, right? No, we don't. Only this fighter here. Who needs to fly there. Unbelievable. Then let's see what we have here. You guys drive there and take the town. Okay, very good. And then you guys sneak up through the forest. Ah, yeah. And we've got another 37mm here. Okay. So I think we need to attack. Yeah, let's go on the offensive, because we have so much artillery here. You guys are there. So we're doing this like the following. You are going forward. You are striking the artillery there. Nice. They are suppressed at 5, not 6 now. You guys are hitting the conscripts. 2 or even 3, very good. You guys are driving here. You are also hitting the conscripts. Give me a good one. You totally fail. What the crap? Then you guys drive. Attack them. Oh. 11. No, that's really bad. The Tiger is supposed to drive in here. Oh. Well. Then you drive here and you hit them. 2. Okay, that's what was promised. Then the infantry. Do it. 1 shot. And yes, very good. Very good. We made it. Good. And now the Tiger is driving in. And you are rolling all over the artillery here. Very good, at least that. Good. We took the town of Vovchansk. And we're also denying the enemy any reinforcements here right now. So, that means here we have only 1 shot. I would actually have preferred to shoot these guys there. Maybe we need to hit here. So let's do that. Oh, what's going on here? And then, well, you need to shoot the artillery there. Good. Now the artillery that has been in replacement mode is completely useless. You guys should be able to mess up. Oh yeah, he's... well, let's see. Yeah, excellent. Good. Got that one. Very good. And now you go here. And if someone attacks... yeah, I hope we are fine. And you guys drive here. To provide defense here. This artillery can actually drive here. And the next turn we can pound them over there. Okay, so... well, at least this worked out as I wanted. Here we are kind of in trouble though. Actually, we would have needed the other Sioux, but without the additional Sioux, we wouldn't have made it. So our artillery strikes are really bad today. Well, then this fighter here, do we have another guy coming in anywhere? I mean, it would be nice to have one here. But I think they're probably thinking these are juicier targets here. So let's fly here. Should we attack? It's a really great risk, especially if someone drives up from here. So let's actually not do that. But these guys, yeah, I mean... then let's refuel them. Crap. That was quite the failure here. So flag-wise... we're just staying here with these guys. They can also refuel for 6. Yeah, and... You can actually drive up here. Our Stook drives there. And this Tiger drives here. So, and then we are actually, I think we are done. Yeah, that was pretty crappy though. That was very crappy. So well, then let's talk about the... oh, let's do the... let's end the turn and then we can see. I think, yeah. So ending the turn, we're just keeping everything like this now. Oh, there's another guy. Oh yeah, oh, we ambushed them. Yeah, very nice. Very good. Attack has been broken off. Oh yeah, we've got a defensive strike. Very good. That... oh yeah, nice. Good. That actually... I was fearing that they would attack our guys here. But it's fine. Oh, they retreated. They're trying to get away now. That's good. I was actually a little bit afraid that they would attack our Stook, but I'm not sure. Maybe the guy wanted to drive here or something, and then I wanted to attack the Tiger, but then noticed, okay, no. Or was it the... I guess, yeah, I guess the artillery strike must have suppressed them all or something. That is what broke off the attack. So, well... It's not as optimal as I wanted to, but could have been worse as well. Oh, and there are more infantry coming in now. But they only found our tank. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, not everything can always work out like I want to, and that's why I love it if a plan works, because it happens so rarely, actually. So, Emmanuel, let's see what you wrote there. So, your issue is, as you think, due to the scripts. Yeah, so, I addressed the first thing. So, if someone... Is there like sometimes a unit won't do anything even if the odds are in its big favor, like a 20 strength entrenched infantry versus a 12 strength truck? I think that might be a thing if you are in a location where you have a captured unit under the city. So if this here was, for example, or let's say, do we have an example here? Let's say here, right? So let's imagine our Tiger tank is a special unit here, and if the player is taking over, like from the Russians or like the Soviets, wants to take over this town, and if he does so, he gets a captured unit. Then I think they usually never leave that, because they are deeply entrenched. Or if it's that situation, then and the entrenchment is very high, and it's infantry, then they will usually not go out and lose their entrenchment, and especially don't lose the town. And I think that's actually quite realistic in a lot of situations, at least, because units have their orders. So, and for example, as I said before, like these guys here, for example, they surely have orders to hold the line and hold the troops back. And what the Soviets are waiting for is more rain and mud, so we can't approach. And now they are at a disadvantage because we are on the attack and they have only shattered defenses, and they have trouble getting their reserves into this area, which is why we can reconquer some territory here. Yeah, so I hope that explains that, and why that's actually, in my opinion, it's not a problem with the game. But of course, like also like triggering certain areas, yeah, like, or to speak of the game mechanics, if there are hex fields that you need to enter to literally activate certain troops or something, you know, like in the real world warfare, it would be more or less the same as well, maybe, yeah, if they know, okay, an enemy approaches a certain line in the landscape or so, then they start firing, or they get orders, okay, don't let them get beyond this or that point, and then attack them or something. So that's quite realistic, actually. And I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. And if, well, I mean, the game could be a little bit more elaborate, of course, and having little situations, for example, that we would court someone, like a Soviet officer or something, with some fresh orders, which would state exactly that. And then if we know, okay, these guys here have orders to hold the line, however, they are supposed to go on the offensive if they have a weak target, for example, a truck or something. Yeah, and then we could bring someone here that they can see but not reach yet, and then they would come out, and we have prepared an artillery strike for them, or like a flanking unit or something. Yeah, something like that. So, I hope that explains it. Then, also the enemies are not supposed to attack when they do not see your units. They will, of course, not. So sometimes you do things well, you take care, but you move on a specific hex and boom, will say you, but I mean, okay. So he means everyone, and sometimes you can freely advance. So, okay, so you address some inconsistencies of the game, apparently, that they are... if I understand this correctly, you mean that if they can't see us, they would not advance, yeah, and they should not know where we are, but once we go somewhere, then they suddenly counterattack or something. Yeah, okay, well, that's indeed maybe some form of cheating of the game, but we can also just imagine, like, let's just imagine our storytelling, yeah, so there can also be just one farmer or so who tells them, or one scout or so, that is not really worth the unit or so, but if they know, okay, the enemy is advancing, then they give the orders, okay, counterattack now. Yeah, I mean, the developers have been a little bit lazy, of course, in that regard, but I feel that simulates things more or less okay. Yeah, I mean, I would also prefer some more storytelling or so, but I mean, you don't know when or how your enemy gives orders or so, and when those orders will come, and what they will mean or something, and why they attack you suddenly. Yeah, you don't know it always, at least. So, and then in Dunkirk, planes spawn at turn 4 and 7 and no more afterwards. That means two things: you can prepare your own planes and traps at the right moment. Afterwards, you are free to go and can even use the fighters to do de-entrenching. and he means with that like to attack units to reduce the entrenchment a bit. When you do not know that, the player will continue using fighters to protect the bombers. So much time lost. Yeah, well, but that's what I tried. I mean, I said that before. I don't want to know these game mechanics in that sense. I don't want to exploit any game stuff. I want to be surprised here. I want to react, but I want also to think ahead, like I do here, for example, yeah, like I did here. So we could assume that they also come in waves, which is in a way realistic. So they are assigning certain squadrons to an area, and once those have been shot down, also they assign new reserves to replace the losses. Yeah, because obviously every airfield has only a certain number, you could say, of planes that it can service. Yeah, and it cannot be too crowded on that one anyway, and that because that increases the risk, and the logistics can only handle so and so much, you know. So, which means that in a certain area there can only be a maximum number of planes, for example, of X. Yeah. So, and I find that quite realistic, obviously. So, and now the game sends in the waves, and we can assume that there were always that there will be always some waves, or the enemy player buys some planes. And I think in this scenario, the Soviets are actually buying more planes. So they are not here, or they are not appearing. I think they are buying them, because this guy has 100 experience points and wasn't over strength apparently. We just shot down 9 of them. And he didn't hit our Wolfram, right? No, okay, good. Yeah. So, and we need to think ahead. That's why I placed the guys here. So, like, literally every turn something could happen, but it's not necessarily going to. But that's why you want to always keep your fighters in a good position. Yeah. Like, you can use them to de-entrench or attack other units here to soften them up a little bit. But obviously you want them in a position where they can provide some other services to your forces. So, and then he writes, in another map, an enemy unit is scripted to attack behind your troops right at the start. When you know where it will attack you, you can prepare an ambush and spare time. When you don't, you lose turns to handle those units. Well, but that's also why you should always keep a good recon. You know, then you are not getting surprised, and you can see them if they are coming around. And I also like that. I mean, I would prefer to have a few more situations like that, but like in a fair way, you know, like if you have checked out the area and it is under control, then of course doesn't make any sense that someone just pops up, like especially, you know, a big unit or so. So that's what I didn't like about the French, these French missions often, yeah, that didn't make much sense. That made this game like more, to feel way more as a stupid game rather than having some immersion, you know, like you think, okay, this and that happened there in history or so. Yeah, so that was actually, in my opinion, even bad game design. Yeah, that's true. So, and then he knows we are supposed to blitz, but the 5 additional turns he can get a more careful approach, and on the positive note have less casualties. Yeah, well, just do that. You know, just by the way, like if the difficulty level is too high, well then, you know, just reduce it. Yeah, it's about having fun, of course, as well. And I personally have fun to play this stuff at an as high difficulty level as possible without it being or it getting tedious. So that's why I chose the second highest one. But of course, you know, I don't want, and I want to play this game to the end, of course, and you know, failing halfway through because you are getting overwhelmed by endless waves that are just wearing you down, where you don't even have an unfair chance to do that, isn't the purpose of this thing here. Yeah. Although on the other hand, like considering the German / the Nazi German situation in the Second World War, that was actually exactly what happened, because at some point they had no hope anymore of overcoming their enemies, and then they could just hold the line and hold out a little while longer, and keep their families a little bit longer alive before they were murdered and driven out of their homes in the eastern provinces of the German Empire, in East Prussia, for example, and that's it. So they had no chance at that point, of course, unless something political would have happened, but it didn't. So like, for example, the USA breaking away or something, or reducing their shipments to the USSR or whatever. But I didn't want this tediousness to come around, and I was actually thinking that it's hard enough on the general difficulty level, and I feel it's fine. I mean, it's challenging, but it's also not in a way that it's like super frustrating. Although I would actually prefer if the enemy was or the AI would be a little bit smarter, that they would pull off some stuff like trying to sneak around or so. So as you have noticed, we have a weakness here in our line because we don't see this here. So if someone could sneak through, although they also don't know if we have a unit here or not, on the other hand. But if we neglect this, for example, or if we hadn't destroyed these units here, so I think they're prioritizing the bridges because it's easier to get through, and that's why they are trying to go over these bridges rather than trying to sneak over the river. But we had this during Kharkov. The Soviets would, of course, if they were really mounting a counterattack, they would have a line of tanks or something, or tank infantry or something, and then get on the river with like 6, 7, 8 units all at once and have artillery behind them. The artillery pounds over there. That's how you would do it, of course. In addition with plane attacks. Although on the other hand, you could also say that this would already make some really advanced planning and communication between the units necessary, and that's also a high command level that you have to have for that in military, because sometimes it takes longer for the orders to arrive at the units, sometimes because they don't have a radio or whatever, and then you have to use a runner or so. And for that, by the way, the Germans use these motorbikes here, the Kratzschützen or something, like in German it's called Melder, to give orders, or like to transport orders in written form, by the way, which is also a good thing because they cannot be intercepted that way unless someone kills these guys and steals this paper or so. And then, for example, only 3 or 5 battalions get the orders, and then they advance. The others are waiting or do whatever they do, maintain their equipment or so. And that's why they are not doing this concerted attack. So the Soviets actually had these problems in 1942 especially, or like on the way to Stalingrad, where they did not really attack in a coordinated manner, but rather single units that the Germans had no problems of dispatching. So that's also not totally unrealistic. I don't know, at this point I think the Soviets were way more coordinated, of course. So their leadership improved significantly and their management. But it's also not totally unrealistic that such a thing happens. And if they have orders like take the bridge or something, then obviously they will do that. And let's not forget the hierarchy and the order of command and everything. That leads people to, be also afraid of, not following the orders, especially if you think about the Soviet Union and how horrible things have been in there. They murdered the people if they did not follow the orders, just like that. Yeah, and I mean, like, they did not court-martial them or something. They just murdered them without a trial or so. Yeah, and by the way, that's also a thing that this game is completely missing. That especially the infantry, these conscripts and so on, they had these blocking groups behind them, so machine gun squads or so, that would shoot them dead if they were retreating, for example. This is actually what caused these meat waves. Yeah, and what made them actually effective, because these people, the poor people here, Ukrainians and others, they were just forced to go forth and attack, because if they had turned around, they would have died anyway. So, and well, that's enough talking for today's episode. Many thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. So, I mean, we were not super successful here, but we broke through here in the south, and well, now it's easier here. And we gave this one here good smack. Let's see if we can follow up on that one. But if this one is gone, we can actually do some air attacks there. So I'm planning to rather destroy these guys here. Maybe this one here will do one more air attack or so. And we send in the tank, can look around. And then it should be okay, right? This one is 7. Yeah, now we've got an easier time to destroy that guy. Yeah, I guess it's fine. It's turn 8 of 17. Let's see if we can actually manage to pull something off. Well, it looks like we've broken through here as well. Yeah, well, and this is the only victory objective here. Jastrebovo, or Jastrebovo, that we need to take. And we have already nearly reached Belgorod, turn 8. So I would think, with our units here, and they are also coming around now, that maybe 2 more turns or so, then we should have this town. And then we can actually break through here. These guys, they will. We should actually be able to have a nice complete victory here and gain everything, without taking too many risks, unless the weather is getting bad or something. But its forecast is also good weather for the next day. So let's see. So, and that concludes today's episode. Many thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you did, how about you click the like button? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to never ever miss an episode again on Playing Hardball. And while you wait for the next episode, the comment section is all yours. You're heartily invited to share your thoughts. See you next time. Bye-bye.